Yo guys, what's going on? I'm Tim for the Real Sports Talk. You can hit me up at Twitter, CashKelly_TRST, and the Real Sports Talk at gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook, the Real Sports Talk. I try to stay away from making videos directly about LeBron James. What I want to do this year is focus more on just covering what's going on right now in the NBA. And I'd love to sit here and make a video about how Jeremy Lin's tearing it up right now, but I think that the biggest topic right now really is the LeBron James, Kendrick Perkins, the LeBron James, Larry Bird, and I just want to give you guys my thoughts on that and how I think people are just being a little bit unfair about this entire deal to LeBron James, to Larry Bird, to everyone involved. Let's start with LeBron James and Larry Bird. Everyone saw that dunk, and even though it wasn't really a dunk, he more dropped it in the hoop. Everyone saw Blake Griffin's dunk over Kendrick Perkins. Now, a day before that, LeBron basically jumped over John Lucas and made a nasty dunk. And LeBron, that night, the Heat did not have a game. He was watching the Thunder play the Clippers. Obviously, if you're LeBron James, that makes sense because if the Heat make it to the finals, those are two very possible opponents. And what LeBron did was he's on Twitter, obviously, did it the day after the decision, which is kind of ironic. But what LeBron said was as follows. He said, "Dunk of the year. At Blake Griffin just dunked on Kendrick Perkins so hard. Wow, I guess I'm number 2 now. Move over number 6. I don't understand why that's bad. I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, maybe he shouldn't have said the whole part about on Kendrick Perkins so hard. But in reality, doesn't Kendrick Perkins kind of know that? Shouldn't that just kind of be like a deal where... And Kendrick Perkins, by the way, KJ told me this, that Kendrick Perkins also tweeted about the LeBron dunk. So I'm not exactly sure what the deal was with that, why he's allowed to do it, and LeBron James isn't. But regardless... let me see something. I'm trying to read this, trying to find the quote that Kendrick Perkins had about it. Here. You don't see Kobe Bryant tweeting, Perkins told Yahoo Sports. Obviously, you don't see Kobe Bryant tweeting because Kobe Bryant doesn't have a Twitter. You have a Twitter, though, so that's kind of hypocritical if you ask me. But he says, you don't see Michael Jordan tweeting. Oh, obviously, you didn't see Michael Jordan tweeting because he retired in, what was it? It was either 99 or 2000, one of the two. Retired with the Wizards in 2000, and obviously Twitter was invented in like 2007, so obviously you didn't see that. I would tend to think if he was still playing today, maybe Magic and Larry and Michael Jordan could be on Twitter. We don't know that. If you're let me continue to read what Perkins said. If you're an elite player, plays like that don't excite you. Why not? Why can't LeBron get excited about watching another player who's a very good player? Why can't he get excited about seeing a nice dunk? If you love the game, then you love to see other great players do great things, and that's what he's saying about Blake Griffin. This is continued from the Perkins quote to Yahoo Sports. At the end of the day, the guys who are playing for the right reasons, who are trying to win championships, are not worrying about one play. I guess LeBron took a discount to go to Miami because he didn't want to win. He took a hit to his PR. He got death threats from people from Cleveland because he didn't want to win a championship. I mean, he handled it completely wrong, but let's be real about this. LeBron wants to win a championship. They also are not tweeting about themselves, talking about them going down to number 2. Well, wouldn't it be... Let me tell you exactly why LeBron James is putting out tweets like that. And I saw him after that Bulls game the other week say, come on, number 6, you got to make your foul shots. And I agree with that. LeBron James did need to make his foul shots late in that game. But why LeBron is doing that is because a lot of people, with some of the statements he made after the finals last year and some of the ways that he handled his move to Miami in general, kind of felt like LeBron James was arrogant and that he wasn't connected with his fans and that he was a superstar that didn't understand, you know, the normal life thing, which is actually how a lot of celebrities are. The reason LeBron James made a Twitter is because Twitter is a place where you can try and connect with your fans. And saying something like that, dunk of the year, move over number 6, I'm number 2 now, is something that a fan would say. And LeBron is trying to connect to the people to make, whether he feels this way or not, I don't know. I don't know LeBron James. He's trying to make it seem like he's an everyday person. Like you could sit down and you could have a conversation with LeBron. Now, is LeBron a douchebag? I don't know. Some people think that he is. I have never met LeBron James, so I could not tell you. But that's why he has a Twitter. And this is the end of the Perkins quote. I just feel James is always looking for attention, and he wants the world to like him. The attention part, I don't know, because I think that he would like to have some of the attention off of him a lot of times, because most of the time the attention is negative, and we'll get to that with his quote. But the part about he wants the world to like him, well, when he's had as much hate over the last year, you're going to want the world to like you. These people are still human, and Kobe Bryant and Ben Roethlisberger are two of the type of the people that have gotten in trouble or done bad things, which LeBron has not, by the way. And I guess neither of them legally did anything wrong, so I shouldn't assume things. But Kobe Bryant did not care what people thought. He came back pissed. He won 2 championships since then with the Lakers, and obviously he's gotten a lot of people back on his side. He's the rare type of person. Most people do care what people think about them. Most people do care, and it's kind of like people. And I'm thinking from LeBron's perspective, because LeBron obviously, I don't think he gets that how bad the decision was and that was unnecessary. From his perspective, he's probably thinking, I've never been in trouble with the law. I've tried to come off as a nice guy most of the time. I do some charity work. Why do I have this reputation? I don't think that if people just say, oh, I don't think he's a nice guy, oh well. I mean, I don't think that that's what LeBron's worried about. But when so many people do this to you, that's when I think it gets to the point where he has to care about it. Now, this is what LeBron responded. He said, did I call him out? I mean, did you read the tweet? Did I call him out? I can see why he felt embarrassed. I don't think that I was the only one to react to that unbelievable play by Blake, and that's what it was all about. No, I mean, it was. Obviously, now, he didn't go ahead and tag Kendrick Perkins, mention him, I guess it's called on Twitter. I'm thinking Facebook. So, I mean, it's not like he did that. That would have been bad. And he probably should have just left Kendrick Perkins' name out. But he's just trying to talk and have a conversation. And if any other NBA player does this, it's not a big deal. And here's what he continued to say. Now, if Kendrick Perkins dunked on somebody like that on the other end, I would have done the same thing. I don't know if I believe that, because I think that everyone wants to tweet about every time that Blake Griffin makes an incredible dunk for obvious reasons. If Perkins dunked on Blake Griffin or DeAndre Jordan or whatever the case may be, it would be the same thing. That's just my love for the game and connecting with my fans, which is essentially what I just said. So, I mean, I think that maybe you can have some criticism, but to say that he's not focused because he had this tweet, I mean, people hold these athletes to the expectation that they're supposed to be in the weight room every second that they're not playing in a game. They can chill out and watch a game once in a while and live a normal life. I mean, obviously as normal as it gets for LeBron James or any of these NBA players or athletes. They're not going to be a normal life. That they can sit down and watch a game too and have rooting interest and like to see great plays. I mean, I think that LeBron would rather see Blake Griffin dunking over Kendrick Perkins than see the Thunder winning by 40 points. That makes sense to me. Larry Bird quotes. Larry Bird came out in an interview with Bill Simmons of Grantland.com, originally of ESPN. He does the BS Report show, and what he said was that he thinks that playing with LeBron would be more fun, and that he thinks LeBron is by far the best player in the NBA, but that he would rather play with Kobe Bryant, which I agree with. I would rather play with Kobe Bryant because LeBron is the type that doesn't show the determination and sometimes is unsure of when he should take over the game. And while if I was a Lakers fan, I would get disgusted at some of the shots Kobe takes late in that game, you got to respect the fact that he wants to take those shots. Now, the other night against the Sixers, I would have been pissed because Andrew Bynum's destroying Spencer Hawes in the post, so you should have had the ball down there, and I think the Lakers probably would have won the game. But I would rather play with Kobe Bryant too. That being said, people completely ignored the part about LeBron or Larry Bird saying LeBron was the better player, and essentially just ESPN and all the LeBron hating people that work there hyped up the part where it said I'd rather play with Kobe than LeBron. Okay, I mean, Kobe Bryant's one of the top 15 players to ever play in the NBA. So if he has that opinion, then that's fine for him. I don't understand why that's such a huge knock on LeBron James. And then I've seen a lot of people say LeBron doesn't have a desire to win, LeBron doesn't have this, LeBron doesn't want to win, he's more focused on the spotlight. Look, he took a discount to go to the Miami Heat. Him and Dwayne Wade took discounts to team up. They make less money than Chris Bosh. At some point, you got to get over the decision. And this is what LeBron said finally. You could be watching cartoons with your kids and you don't like it, you say blame LeBron. If you go to the grocery store and they don't have the milk, that's what you say, it's LeBron's fault. And some of that's just kind of funny to me. Sometimes when you say, oh, LeBron this, LeBron that, you're just talking about sports, that's cool. But there's a level where after a year of this show going by, after, yeah, he choked in the NBA Finals, there's a level where you just got to say, okay, all that being said, LeBron James still so far has been the MVP. I think for the last 3 or 4 seasons has been the best player in the NBA. He has 2 MVPs in that time, and he finished, I believe, 3rd, or I don't know if him or Dwight Howard finished 2nd last year in MVP voting. That's beside the point. He had another very good season last year. And people cannot just look at the NBA Finals, because what LeBron did in the playoffs was he had an incredible playoffs. Against the Sixers, well, I don't even remember necessarily who took over that series, but the Heat handled them in 5 games. Sixers gave him a run, and this year, believe me, they'll give him a better run. That's coming from a Sixers fan. In the Celtics series, what did he do? Him and D-Wade both had great series. In the Heat, or in the Bulls series, where most people picked the Bulls even won Game 1. People said, oh, you know, LeBron had an awful playoffs. He's one of the worst playoff players of all time. By the way, LeBron James has the 3rd highest career points per game average in the playoffs. So just throwing that one out there. And everyone does look back at the Celtics series, and I can understand why you're mad about that. He did quit, and you know that is on LeBron. But in that Bulls series, the guy had an incredible series. I mean, to go out and do what he did, Dwayne Wade did not play well. Chris Bosh, while he did have some very good games, I think he had one game where he even had 33. He had some games in there where he just did not have good games. LeBron James took over that series. Defensively, he shut down Derrick Rose after Game 1. He hit in that Game 6, or Game 5, I should say. LeBron James and the Heat were down by 4 or 5 points. LeBron blocked Rose, did a crossover and hit that jumper close to the perimeter that he likes to hit, that essentially sealed the game. Now, I don't know if that's a game-winning shot, but it's pretty close to it. What I'm getting at here is that there is more than just the NBA Finals. You got to watch the entire season, and the NBA Finals is always going to be what people look at number 1. You got to take into account the whole season and understand that LeBron James is a great player, and understand that, yeah, he did choke in the NBA Finals. But you cannot just, every little thing with this guy, find a reason to get mad about it. It's unnecessary. Enjoy watching the game. It's not all, when you're playing, when you're the player, it is all about rings. If LeBron, and I'm sure LeBron's hard on himself for losing these games. I don't think he needs any extra motivation from the media, and I don't think he's trying to this year. I think he said he's not trying to be the villain like he did try last year. The point is, there's more than just the NBA Finals. And while other media outlets are only going to say, oh, he choked in the NBA Finals, there is a regular season in which LeBron James is a 2-time MVP and is on his way to winning a 3rd this year. If things hold up, either him, Kobe Bryant, or Kevin Durant will win the MVP. And if you finish in the top 3 in the MVP, then obviously you're having a pretty damn good year. You guys got to think for yourselves and understand that he's not the smartest guy when it comes to tweeting or public relations for that matter. But what LeBron is he's a great NBA player. And you're missing out on watching a guy who in all likelihood will finish for sure in the top 20 in the history of the NBA. And who knows from there. You know, he's got at least another, I think, probably 10 years, because you see these superstars. Kobe Bryant will play probably till he's close to 40. Shaq played till he's close to 40. When you see these legends, they're going to go close to that age. So just stop. Honestly, stop looking for all these little things and just enjoy watching the game. When it comes to the NBA Finals, that's when we can critique LeBron James for these little things. That's when it needs to be done. Give me your thoughts. I'm Tim.